okayfm 101.7.
Nano Boahen. Former Deputy General Secretary. Emma was go come you kwa with the NPP. Brocha bino na me moache.
Da me just so master.
Na boko na so e.
Na me adaro
Na anano ena yete se otumfo se atu. Obedi mfie wo ha ne aduonum. Woni brumfita asante ne brumfita de ntokwa gbani the Sagrenti war. Na man ya bakosem a ene say
you see because chikakra you know and around 1700 na let's come from from Buamponsim then Chira after Buamponsim in Tinjakari. Buamponsim was 1650 and then Tinjakari was around 1695 or 1696. Now then Chira very powerful state. Akwamu very powerful state. You have the Anglos also down there, very powerful state. You have the Gonjas, you have the Mampusis, and then the Gombes, very powerful state. But the Gonjas are, in history, you call them the Guans. Gonjas, only a Guan for Libya. But they are Chichi. But the Americans were very powerful states. Now,
Nana, Ansana about was one. One a Guansa, and Mate Bibi say, yes, into the northerners, Woman said them who Gonjas and said, woman, typical people for power.
That is the debate going on. As a historian, I make a book, the book means an American. If a Gonjas says that it's not a Guan, fine, he's entitled to that view. As a historian, the book.
And Menkasa, Meso, no, who almost out. Meso, other a phone, our more northern region. Who the Gonja phone said, "Woman, your paper for no woman, saw me a guans."
No, but the history has it that they are guans.
Oh, okay.
The history has it that they are guans. Now, going up to Obafa, Yeji, a lot of them are guans. Now, I will call Kodobofua. Kodobofua has a different history. Kodobofua is saying, on a Yeji, or free Eastern region. But then, a minimum free airport is a latte, no? I think Kojobo for near latte for Kojobo, but we all classify them as Guan. Anyway, Mani Plaso. But no, before the emergence of Ashanti, you have the Krapims very powerful, the Denchiras very powerful, the Kwamus very powerful, the Anglos very powerful, and some of our course for also very powerful. Gonjas were there, the Mampusis and the Dagombas were there. But no, Asante history, no, BBB in the sense that almost starting from 1695 or 32, in 1696, 97, on Yamakom Kokoye. So people are saying, Asante for no crime, Saturday from Asante, Naya Kwaman. There was 32, the first buy and Koran, one kum, or no any kum, baby, because Saturday Nakwaman was there. Saturn Namakum was there, Saturn Atafu was there, Saturn no Furikrum was there. If I told the Amakom people, they can't be certain. So Amakom no certain to call defeat or monoa. Ma a dupaniko diaconia. Na dupaniko diaconia, not in one fast here, Nakwa, comma a dupani. Na a dupanino, fine Nakwa, na dupani. And I do for bear no wooye, Obedia, na do for babio owie, a do me and son of Moo Pokuari. 18 Santa for one Tambia from Tamkas Yami and son. But you tell me,
beat your panana.
So every time you hear a Santa Fon Tamano, the Tamkas Yami and son, now you saw the Casan Casabia from Makum. Now you Opokuari the first, a do me and son by and son of bear one. As you were said, do me and sang about Fatuaso, Bia so ba no aware maame no bia ba aware maame no. It's a subject for discussion in future. But the bottom line is that adumi and san. Never buy ya, never wo poku ware. Make a decision. So after the Asantes defeated in Team Jacarino, now Ama Asante has started a very powerful. So when you are writing the history of Asante, or Confanochi you say to two, or Confanochi or say to two, or poku ware in the first year. Sabi, what do you mean? Then it got to the time now Asante no be dia kunyana. Now you are no one time kontoko uncle kwa member buafu kusho buadum he fought but on the binim na ba attack wo munti ono koye but they were always looking for say to the first opoku ware or say bonsu. Now Asante se koya capture baby bebre they fought up to Bondugu. That was the Dinkra war. The Asantes fought up to Sashi. They bring Moro war. Because of Koko, Tibu, and Opotai, the Asantes fought and entered the sea in Anamabo. That was the time of Kanoterwe. The Asantes fought the Achims. That was the Hantan war. Achimabuakwa, the Hantan war. Bekonona, Achimabuakwa for no, Osetu Tukura, Yakana to baby. And I command Timmerman, Yakana to baby, no Pukua. In Tibecono, now I hunt a Achim Formation Papua. And the Ashanti defeated the Achims. And that is our war on the tour, the Ahantan war. Mukabesi said, Ashanti Soya, a year case, Etina, after wow, person, would do home about a brofono. Maggie saw no more science because as I also want that Ashanti for the bad torso. So that explains why some of the states, now coming back to the Bono East Ashanti, no, people like the Japekron people, or no chance Uncle Sign protect it, Uncle Sign, because or no, Ashanti mine member. People like Brekum, unsigned, or Ashanti mine member. So that explains why in 1896, Sir Stewart, not in Kranza, on in Kronbebre, sign a Treaty of Protection, 1896. Tobodam Fan Sambi, Tanoso and Sambi, Tanobuasi and Sambi, Ofumai and Sambi, Inchera and Sambi. Because those days, in your 18 from 1815, all your Bemma Pani Asante Fontino, all these days, only a part and parcel of the Asante Mine Council. Yeah. Dientina, Techimai, Echo Sign, Sir General Stewart in 1896, January. Or to bottom your question, because the Chiman on here protection, but not to bottom knee, not Anobuasi. Fast forward. So I got to the point, and Asante was posing problems for the Europeans because Asante is another person beyond Abrofun Bediga. Uber said, Unia Brofun Gamba Costa, because now one Fasua Binya. Because after the Koko Tibu and Oputai war, there are about 40 notions in the deal on Munsem. Into notion at the lease, into a fresh one, no other peer lease in Ama Asante for. Then for a million Mama history about. So the wife decided, no, at least as I said, Yabre Asante for. Ben Bear Maya Hunchia, Ben Bear Maya Brepa, 80 years the Kakoko. And the first one was 1874. Sir Garnet Wesley. Sir Garnet Wesley didn't bang him both. But Sagrenti. Na would hear free me herself. So what is about a Sagrenti war? The leader of the British Army was Sir Garnet Wesley. Sir Garnet Wesley. I don't know about Sagrenti war. Before then, on let us moment in 1817, 1815, 1819. Now Brofunu Bediga. Bodrich and Dupios in Abajitum. Now Brofunu Bediga. But around 1870s, everyone said no, Asante from the Tata, Senator Coco. So they fought them in 1874. And then in 1896, also they fought Asantes. And then after 1896, then later Yasantua. But 1874 and 1896, the she Kumasi, some Rene Adana Fukwamai Abba Kumasi. The she Kumasi.
Eddie. Nana metwasia omoni Asantes no eko not less than be a 3 times.
Oh yes, at least 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
I go back home 2 or 3 times, and on no occasion, the insistence that the Benyas Kakoko, Sikajak Kofi, the Benya at Yako.
But now all reasons obviously be bisham and the more power and answer day.
Somebody said, Asante, Nishumane, Nani, never ye, Nidufa, now what the Sikajakofinwa. A 2 years Sikajakofinwa. Another said, where we ever cry. So she by 1974, not the buy and not the year, the Jessica Jacofi. And that compared themselves 1896 or so. The Bansonaba near Frederick Hodgson. As the Bansonaba. But Nina Bansan Cassie Jacofi, because after 1874, as Antiphone said, near Abrofubania Brapansica Jacofi. She Jacofi, the young farmer, young farmer Bexana. It's about the question about it. Something at Antiphone, because I'm saying 2 to Barry. 2 at Barry, I am penny some power. So is a worker said 2 at Barrier, and penny said that the question Barry. It's a brofuning a hint on the better way. Baba or Barry and Potemuhono, but we are Mamma. And I get about 2 tours. It's a Santiphone tank, you should be 2 at Barry. Into Barry and then Barry Casset, it is out to say. So the 30 and 20 said they fought the Sagrenti war, and then later they fought another war. Omuche, Pamchiki, Pampenum, the Becos Shells. Now, the Becos Shells, but the Fabanco Shells are found, but the Becos value. But of value, no, not better to say, Chantifo. Say, I said, so Quadia, but be out the very public should be idea, the Bequabaho. Nobody so, sir. I guess I the Becos Shells. That explains why they send them to Seychelles. Because the Asantes Asantifo. You best show cranny show. Look at something in your insurer. On your insurer. And it's the better cautious Seychelles on island, and Seychelles is an island. Better be called. So, so when they captured Kumasi and the Kumasi was bent, not just as Antifona was above from pa. That you do baby the name man of Ukrainian Sentina in 1900, that's Antoine D. anymore. Now, I want this also to be on record. It is not correct to say yes and for your criminal offense. But there is a town near Ejoso. On a yes and for no criminal freedom. I think that's at that time a bag of power. And I had to say, Ebia Wokumasina, you can work. At your work, because I'm to Kumasi. But to say, Shinai Domasia, one Robertson to Shinani. Oh, to say, Amasamaya. Who is also in order to think kind? Sana, my dear. So that is it. But Asantes did what Abrafuna did to me, sir. Some crofo when Benuma, and Kayaba, you be dead, and Kayasum do your pa. Now, never my head now. I am about 2 question whistle, number 2 question whistle, number 2 question, number fresh, because you see, Otibu and Oputa and Kwan me and pet. Otibu and Oputa. If you know the history very well, Otibu and Oputa, if one day may narrate you now, yes, Otibu and Oputa and Kwama Santofoko Yama can tolerate by a Kohuya, Eddie approach for National for Israel, Leone, Liberia, and Bebet, or more Ashanti troops, but a dead team. So they queued for peace. Now, the guy Santopano. And that explains why they are celebrating the Sagrenti Wesley War. And artifacts and social profoundly baby copper. They looted some of these artifacts. Now at the Shiadia Bank. Yawan can and can the think I just said, and can I hammer back one power didn't the archive. The archive book on can I never got a venture and then I was here, bent to Munchero. Oba Sinano got a boy in Coco, baby, I know Jason or not, bent to Munchero. Uko Kumasanaka Achuanyame, Obiri Boahen, the Chuman Chukobiam, Achuanyame, was Babaga just a weapon. Incredibly, or Honomwa, Uka, that Casibru, you won't artifact or the Koya after that, the Casibrunia Sandiaba. I had the Bianca Sawoko and Yankoponu Brunia, Sanwich, Brunia Padu Yankopon. Now, it is not even this is Asantes area 150. In Benin, some of the artifacts, date as far as 200 years. 200 years. Possibly Asane or the Abba. But you go to Kenya, some of the artifacts, it be about 180 or 200. But possibly Washa Asane the Abba. And I say, so these are lessons African intellectuals, African politicians, African academicians should be very, very careful. So, Bronia de Co, where Timmy, where the Eco Museum exhibition, it was US, it was UK. Asante for the baby, not the Aban, but the Bill Bassanaba, but the Bibasana Co, because only the Mammo for exhibition. But you brought in the do army from Mount Tinto Tintan into Obasana Diaco. And the last thing is, the Tinkas as a crowd was as I say at the Bay Cultural Center. Nobody would have to track, never let you tap on. No, the indiscipline, what lesson are we learning from this? Lessons break pan, yes, every animal. But you have African intellectuals, African politicians, now Brofono, Bentia reparation, no reparation. Artifacts are better called that and never think the way in Abba. Yenya for who the Nakita and never him for. So sometimes I am quite skeptical when I hear African intellectuals, African politicians talking about reparation.
Oh, now, but I said, so when you idea, say, Kwaji idea.
That's you. If you go on, they bought some of these artifacts.
Oh, okay.
They bought some of these artifacts. So, Oman Kotwankene. Some a conference one kind. Now, reparation. It is on record that when the Asantes fought the Bonomanson people, they captured Amoya and Damrawa. Now, so the Bonomanson for better reparation, but my baby in Yana. It is on record that when Asantes fought at Dinkra in Jamai, a Cote d'Ivoire. Reparation as well as reparation. Now,
Wamo Koya, Cote d'Ivoire, Yako.
Oh, yes, they went to Cote d'Ivoire. If you go to parts of Cote d'Ivoire, you won't crow crony do a honum. I mean, you should croma and Coca and then be a dimatem. Some chrono, so would the henna was what? This is over the baby in Bono region. No, Baby Sa, now Sa, this is over the baby. And the baby follow took part in that war, a Dinkra war, on the side of the Asantes. And therefore, every time I hear some intellectuals from Bono, and Bono is talking, sir, in Asante Fradia, that the other, now I'm about Cosmo. Because when they were going for the Dinkra war, no, the baby before Kobe, on the side of the Asantes. When they were returning from a Dinkra war, no, I'm establishing Brekum. What in the nature and was it? So, Brekum, the Pekrom, the baby, Banadia, Sekwa. But people from Sekwa took part in the Dinkra war on the side of the Asantes. Jamra, people from Jamra took part in the Dinkra war on the side of the Asantes. Jamra for the Badia Satanama Sampa for. Sampa the friends Kasoku. Sampa the friend of Koti for the Bosch here. Suma in Cronin run 1800 near Fredno and Miname. Please, again, so please that is place where sometimes, I am imagining bomb, sir. But Sevi, no, very here, no, for the Bona answer, Bonafas and Bar, no, Kabi Mat. I am narrating history, half-fast history. But if I don't get us all that, we are then Chirahina. Now they have one go show to quiet, we are then Chirahina. Maka Biama then Trafana, Maka Biatia then Chira. Who do we are man and our was a fiasse? And so what goes our benso, who goes our a taqua? Come on, as a historian, Ubua, and we pay off. Who do we at the Gomba Yana? Maybe I'm in the castle, our family, one goes our India. Like I say, I grew up in the woods. These are hard facts. Every time I talk, and as I'm here, then me Casavia, no lawyer historian, part chairman or Memuhano, On so mon friend to non can be mammy. On friend to non can be mammy. Yes, I'm a girl, and yes, I'm a man also. I guess I'm a some. Mira me can carry, Mira Missian, Mira Pehu. And to now be said that Garnet Wesley war on somewhere. Sanity, and it has been very beautiful. Imagine Satan to Fobere. That way, you frequentum. Yes, of course, we frequentum could have been nearby. Now, better bet to Pima, they are to crew. Of course, that can't say Garnet Wesley. Never walk out with a hossom. Walk about Bacosam. Never you have. It's better that way, baby frequentum. And I want it to be on record. I'm not a frequentum. Brekum himani brekum koti in the coy. Japekrum coy. Sakwa ecoy. For Janka time the coy the bow apple. Begging up the coy. So when you sit down there and as intellectual, everywhere in the other American, meaning Asantes you. Let me put it on record. Obiri Boahen Asantes you. Oba Domasia. Domasi baby on the Krinomia Demtra Floribia. But now this very country, we are all not going to come. I'm on your semi, I'm not going to come. It was all about someone. Uba Messian, I cannot cry. It will be because there's no king in Ghana. There are kings in Ghana. There are kings. Now, you need to be a more partner and love for them. Because for my assassin, men as a kitwa. By now, balkanization. We're near Yibi. And now a flower player man. It's not, I will not talk about Shri Kokasa. A flower backer means few become a man. But you know, the man pushes have made sure, sir, kingdom intact. Until a Domamudu Baumia, now through Walewala. Walewala Yakasaka Nalerungua. Ya, Nima Bakos, and yet Nalerungu, Honeyako, and Yawale. Oh, yeah, the Gombani, Tamale Songana and Crony and Netasom and Sanan Mayan. The meaning shade yet, meaning yendi. What a takwa, a Yesika or a Brosan or her, a Scafo or her. The bench were we want to tell you the history, the truth, nothing but the truth. And do not be saying, Sir Garnet Wesley, Sagrenti war. Nasa Anwa Bakosam.
Matipa nanane. Mama radio we. Enipa bia kan say where e dey na ye was celebrating the 150th anniversary.
And again we're celebrating 24 February 2024. Because the platinum starting your advert said they are going to celebrate Kwame Nkrumah Dawutu.
Ane.
So when the Asantes are celebrating what is wrong? Other groupings celebrating Akwantu Kesiye.
Akwantu Kesiye ohum ndiye keka ho ni bebre.
Celebrated. So what is wrong about that?
Ena ebinu so se there be ade no eso ma pagya no kokroko dodo. I said so
because who what because you who ordinary they are not celebrating. You do celebrate what there? Or celebrate it there? Or celebrate what there? Oh, yes. Hey, Mera who? Who? Because or celebrating it there. You know, among the dance. Sanka one organizer homo one wala. Homo one yano. So you who come. But it's not just a matter of you who come. If you look at the history very well, the Ghans have something in common with the Ile-Ife of Nigeria. The Ghans have something in common with the Nochi people of Benin and Togo. So they can also celebrate theirs. The Ghans, the others have an Agokoli. That doesn't prevent them from celebrating Agokoli War. Because Agokoli War, very, very, very important for the others. The Ghans, there's nothing preventing them from celebrating the Day Akai. You know, the dangerous have the right. The dangerous have the right to celebrate Wamunyamanu Bebri. In fact, the Kwawus have the right to celebrate Atafra War. Atafra War. They have that right to celebrate it. So the Gonja and when you come to the Nsoko people, they have the right to celebrate Samori and Babatu. Because some of people who took part in Samori and Babatu, they all traded out in Nsoko. At that time, it was Nsoko and Bonomanson. Nsoko and Bonomanson. So who the one who team Barcelona, who team to now Chroma Granada, the show, Mabot 3-3. Now they Real Madrid, the Equa, we're not going to Girona, Formula, penalty to Krala, Super or Shayana Cabe 5. Now the Madrid in the action was a white water. Mr. Barcelona in Ramja, who are that? Not very awesome. Please, and why are name? Yeah, we should put it away. We should put, I will use the word Sabica Fratu, and why now, one more Eddie, as at the 4 Eddie, Garnet Wesley, and one more 150 years, or 2 for 25 years, the return of a plan 100 years, almost celebrating weighing. The committee now, my friend, take time and look at the composition of the committee. Take time. Composition of the committee now, almost celebrating weighing. I want to talk to Garnet Wesley. 100 years of returning from Seychelles, 25 years of Osetu to the second. Composition. Protein of Rawura in OT region is a member of the committee. Protein of Rawura in OT region is a member. A team from New Juabin in Eastern region is a member of the committee. Chiefs from Purebottom, Inchera, Ofumai, in Bono East region, they are members of the committee. Teams from Japekrum, teams from Sakwa, teams from Sampa, in the Bono region, they are members of the committee. Teams from Goso, Yanfo, in the Hafu region, they are members of the committee. What class in Pen? No, can be my that's American. Let me use this opportunity to say, me Obiri Boahen did it. Maybe a equanima me support. So say, that's sorry, no pa. Maybe Nana Domahene, aside for all our peda abisim iron and man. Now, well, Shirasu Kusakusa. That be said, I might try that original house. No, because I'm a bad man. Me and my Yumbotom Sikadia Coco. Second, abisim. One fear, Domakum, Amasu, any of these towns, not an outside for Domain or Pega. I am a man. Now I am my not a Nipano, where Satra Domain in a way, was in a man, not better all by regional house. Maybe the Penea, me and my Bottom Scadia Cocotte. Send overlord Mayor Domain and what Pega be seen man, and I try man. And I must me and the bottom scar at the cocotte. But we don't experience this. That's what I'm forcing me 25 years. Maybe at Ronia Manhene, maybe the baby Manhene, and maybe Nasana Manhene, maybe Nchra Manhena. Hey, nobody buying them either. Nobody buying. Say, that's what I do. Nobody could cast Wabo Kato Manhene, Wabo Senasi Manhene, Wabo Biadan Manhena. Yes, or quality about regional hospitals. All of ma make the bottom sika. Yeah, that's what any like some Kwanza, or a Wabo Jema Manhene, Wabo Busunya Manhene, Wabo Pinihini Manhena. The more gives them that opportunity, some Kwanza more, no Bishop Boss of Yamule Bue. I am saying, sir, Baba Cassette, and an Obiri Boahen, the young Gambi Mayano. And young Kabima, I am saying it, and I'm trying the challenge. Sir, I am for now more born and bunu isino. Why would be ano? Corona Yodia, Bosso Manhene, Ma Tachima, Omo Agosa, Omo Sita, Omo Bamire, Omo for the Kuro Manhene. Nasa Oko regional house in the Bunu is to be the on Tiasia. Between bottom scatter.
Sasamuno, says Sakos say.
Olame.
Sasamuno. Domain say Uba or he be about my or Bravo Brumemua, regional House of Chiefs, you know. Won't count.
That is not the law. That has never been the law. That is not the law. That has never been the law. Nyankopon boa enru be fie da no. Mo bete berekum de no ho asem.
Okay.
But for no be wa abanom ho nkwan. Na ye joda. Enru fie da no. Na nya kokko to jan kukro. Me ya yibia mamane mo hwe no.
Mate.
Me no kasa.
Mate. Na mame na wase anope why?
Ti Ghana for no. Bebre siame na watwero book na mera me ntwere. Ayoni aburonti me ntwere.
Ayoni aburonti.
Amana kamtimu wa nanko aso.
Na sa we sa nyefe.
Adabi. Ayoni aburonti.
Na ne, mamu say last question. Sabre na brofo no waging war with the Asantes no. No mu say Asante no ne go coast no na ne de. No omu say omu ye empire ana state ana nation ana den.
No, the Asantes womono ataba no ko there is a bit of makacho so mataba no because it's region. Makacho say because oti. Makacho say ebi wo bono ena bono. Ebi wo bono is. Ahafuni nyina apart from Boma. Look, let us look at this scenario. Boma is in the Hafu region. Boma is in the Hafu region. Boma is Wuyano. Boma is the president of the Bono House of Peace. And in the Bono region, on a choir mamre, Muntian yo, Mammo Tiemino. I know very well, the young can be my Muntian ye. Boma is in the Hafu region. Boma and one Boma and then Abam Pregasan, Probiso. Bano, they all allegiance. That is history. That is what we are saying. To Boma, Ewa Hafo. Okay, Boma in Wuyano. Boma in the Bono, and a quiet yin. Nasa Brekum Hinawa in the Bono region. Nasa Hinuku Kumasi in Asante region by a year. No, so I am from Swana. Look at this analysis. And they are not prepared to do this analysis. Well, coming back, see, the Asantes, like the Maasais of Kenya, like the Zulus of South Africa, like the Zulus of South Africa, you have the Moses of Burkina Faso, and another group will be in Nigeria. That one more but you see, now, Kwasi no Kaso Benya smooth administration, but these are the groups who have more problems. Etina na apofino na Asante so no judi say look ye de ne konfa no chenye o se tutaya ma ye de no man born of a woman can defeat us.
Okay.
Eti that ye tama among for sign protect you know that ye ban sign bi and a classical example is the Anglos. Sometimes every time you make Anglo for the na ya me ya pa na for the you go to Adan. Most of the Adan people no echo Anglo. Because you find that the Agave traditional council, Agave traditional area in the water region, and therefore, Oko Adan Kesia, Adan Kituano, Nsuanua, Sawako, as Aspam, Nsuanua. Use plan one. Antipini, I'll be CEO Colebuno.
Dr. Nya.
But yeah, Dr. Nya Hotel no one. Any scenarios, and this is not a cancel. But there's a hotel, and you sure need them. Thanks to another for Soga Copecrum. Don't neighbor Kumuni, I got it for. I'm for the name of I
okay.
Common history. There's a common history between the Agave Babala people and then the Adan people. But you know, the Bawa and the Bansons and Prototype. But for the Bawa Banson Sandy. I train against Abrofono and the Bayanam Kakran Kasase. So I sent to India and from 74, 1896, 1900. Nama, Baba Mubuye. And Baba Mubuye. So after they returned from Seychelles, I think it was in February 1920 something. Baba Nunim, the Besi Takura the first. The Besi Takura the first train. The Baba Pia Kumasano, okay, at the Zakotokas African Cup. So when they came back in 1935, 1966, there was this affair called the restoration of the Ashanti Confederation. June 1935 to January 1936, restoration of the Ashanti Confederation. Once again, the Brekum, the Sekwa, the Sampa, the Kwachuma, they all said, look, we will still join the Ashanti Man Council. There's a document which was written in 1925 by the then Queen Mother of Kwachuma. But I mean, many Ashanti phone call 1925. So no, do a Kwachuma, no, that's or no. On a saxophone, Boshima. Nansa Mikoka, no, very well, the can be my. Come on, please. I'm a serious person, so I'm very serious and particular about my history. I'm a serious person, I'm very serious and particular about my history.
I'm respecting Papa.
That a place where the Tranvota Togoland, Western Togoland is, you know. So, who do you remember someone? Obeka says Soga Copper, Obeka says Dabala, Obeka says Keta, number Western Bankahubi. They have never been part. And so, when you're talking of Western Togoland issue, what associate them? Including Okujato, not Tongu, and it's a Tongu, Central Tongu for They were not, and they have never been part of the Western Togoland. They were not, and they have never been part of Western Togoland issue. So when we're talking of the Western Togoland issue, then you go to water regional. Didn't make us say, they bring the issue in the MI,
okay.
I'm talking about so that is the position of history.
Nana, Mamena was in Amin Franco Munsiwai. Martin, Nana. Okay, 1.7. Nana Obiri Boahen, a former deputy general secretary of the New Patriotic Party in Nation Common. Bepa just seminary.
OKFM 101.7.